ingredients here. And I'm just gonna shift it over. And we're gonna, pow, we got a bowl. Speaking of that Thai Vietnamese thing, I've got some fish sauce. So technically this is not a Caribbean recipe in any form or shape, but it's all flavors we enjoy in the Caribbean as well. So I thought, why not? I've got soy sauce, vegetable oil, and I am going to be grilling chicken as well as pork chops, some boneless pork chops with this as well too, because you know, when I do a lot of pork recipes, a lot of people like, Chris, we don't really deal with the swine and all kind of thing like that, so I'm just trying to accommodate everybody. I've got some sugar for some sweetness, and if you want to use honey instead of that sugar, cool, no problem. We've got some rice vinegar, and I've got two more things I want to add in here, which is some black pepper. And if you like white pepper, you can use white pepper, it's totally up to you. And you know, in my humble opinion, if you can get fresh ground, it's so much nicer. And of course some salt, keeping in mind that I won't be salting the pork chops nor the chicken. That's a sea salt that I have in there. The whole idea here now is to give that a good mix. And you can use a whisk or anything you like. With that ginger and garlic and that lemongrass. Now the thing about the lemongrass, what I forgot to mention, is the tough stems that I used. And what I did was I used the sort of heel of my knife, and I crushed it first before I chopped it up. And when chopping it, it can be a bit woody, so you may have to give it a bit of an effort. But the whole idea here now is we've got a lovely marinade. Just look at that. Now if you want to use this as a dipping sauce, you certainly can as well, but for today we're using this as our marinade. A chicken leg, with the chicken leg and thigh with the bones removed as well as the skin. And if you go to the Asian market, they usually have it there. That's where I found it. I gotta wash my hands so I won't touch anything again. And here I have pork chops, equal amount, equal weight anyways, a couple pounds each. And the pork chops are about, I would say, about half of an inch thick and not overly big. If you wanted to tenderize them by hitting them with a meat tenderizer, you can go ahead and do that. And they're both washed and cleaned and everything else. We're not going to get into the whole talking about washing chicken, because I know some people for and some people against it. I am very traditional and very safe in handling food. So anyhow, let me get there. What we're going to do now is, you know what, I'm not even going to touch anything else. I just have this is all. I may as well. We're just gonna pour this lovely marinade all over. Yeah, then I'm gonna go in with my hands or with tongs, and I'm gonna make sure everything gets coated evenly with this stuff. Chicken breast, yes, but you'll get better results with dark meat. And yes, you can do this in the oven, you can do this in the stovetop. Totally up to you. I am gonna do it on the charcoal grill because I find, and this is from years of doing this, I find that the charcoal gives it a wicked flavor, man. You can grill it on your propane, whatever you want, your smoker, wherever you want to grill it. But the point is, personally, I think that grilling on charcoal will give you a better sort of end product. I've got a screaming fire, so what I'm going to do is hit it with a bit of spray, oil spray, just to make sure nothing sticks. What I did was I put it directly on the grill, where, well, direct grilling, because I want to develop a bit of char to it. And remember, we spoke earlier about the sugars in there that will want to burn. So I'm just going to flip them over a few times, and then we're going to do indirect grilling. I'm going to pull them aside. Now, if you're doing a moderate grill, which is about 325, 350, you can go direct heat, but I want this indirect because it's really hot there. It's probably about 600 degrees directly on the coals over there. And I'm doing the same thing with the pork chops, where I'm going to develop some grill marks, sort of seal the outside, and then I'm going to, and you notice the chicken is indirect now, so it's not directly under the heat source. So I'm going to do the same thing with the pork chops. I got a couple more to add on there, and then I'm going to put them on the outskirts of the grill, put the lid on, and then I'm going to drop the temperature. So everything is on the outskirts, the sort of perimeter of the main source. So indirect grilling, and pretty much grill as you would normally grill. Now here's the thing, once it's almost done, if you wanted to, you can brush on, especially on the pork chops, I find that some hoisin sauce, or when you serve it, you can serve it with some hoisin sauce as well too. But yo, real nice, man. Sup soldiers, listen, if you enjoy this recipe, I'd really appreciate it if you hit subscribe and click that bell notification thing. If you've made the recipe, take a picture and send it to me. Email address down here. I mean, trying to tell people the email address, them butts will take the address and do all kind of thing with it. And tag me on Instagram at Caribbean Pod. I really appreciate you guys, and thanks for being in my kitchen with me today. Irie. These are all grilled perfection. Oh, I man like it. It took about 25 minutes in direct after we did that direct grilling quickly there. Serve, few options. Chopped up scallion that we reserved, if you all recall. And I also have some lime wedges. Hoisin sauce works great as well too, as a little side something. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Now here's the thing, these are massive, right? The chicken pieces are massive, so I'm going to chop them up into slices, chunky slices, as well as the pork chops. You can go on the bias and slice them up. Chris here, CaribbeanPod.com. Always a pleasure having you all in the kitchen with me. Lemongrass, ginger, grilled chicken, and pork chops. I hope you all get an opportunity to give this one a try, because I guarantee you it's going to be a hit at your house.